Today on Breaking Views, the time bomb at the heart of Europe. A special report from The Economist on France's failings is sparking some heated debate. With us is Pierre Briançon. I saw you smiling at me out of the corner of my eye. All right, let me just get your general take on this first. Is it unfair, this piece?
Well, it's a punchy cover, definitely. But on the other hand, France doesn't become a time bomb just because The Economist decides it is.
Yeah.
So it is an aggressive cover, a pretty good one from a journalistic point of view. On the other hand, the woes, the ills of the French economy are well known and have been for a long time. So the questions about the long-term decline of competitiveness, 34 consecutive years of budget deficit, high public debt, and shrinking profit margins, which is a worrying sign that something is wrong. Everything is known, including within France, including within the government. The question is what do you do about it first, and second, is it really going to be the next big euro crisis? Sure. Because that's the assumption.
All right, we'll take it. We'll have a listen to Hollande in just a second, but I just want to. We'll look at Twitter. In fact, let's pull up this Twitter page. Maybe we can pull that up full screen. We can see some of these things. There you go. I mean, there's a lot being written about it. There's that piece which we're going to pull up now, Moscovici. Whether he's reacting to this Economist piece in that photo or not is another thing. This is a magazine that the government are now comparing to Charlie Hebdo, which of course is this satirical magazine that comes out of France. Now, John Peet, the Economist Europe editor, has said in an interview, the point of this cover and the article is to encourage France. I mean, personally, I don't think that's setting the right tone, really, from The Economist. That lecturing style.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would have any influence except steering a little funny debate among French politicians who, of course, don't like the cover. If you want to look at the substance, this is something that could have been written 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago even. It takes special meaning now because there's a new government, a socialist government, and there's a euro crisis which seems to wane a little bit. So the question is, will there be a huge crisis, and will France throw the euro back into serious danger zone? My take is that, first of all, the government knows that. And the question is how fast, hence the time bomb thing, which is, there's something in there. How fast do they do? And it's a race against time, basically, until someone notices that France is really in a deep funk, because the markets, for now, are very sanguine.
Well, that's right, that's right. Let's just listen. You and I talked about Hollande and this mega press conference he held. We've got a couple of sound bites from that. I just want to run those, because, of course, this speaks to him asking for more time. This is what he had to say earlier this week.
The only question in my eyes, the only one, is not the state of opinion today. It's the state France will be in 5 years' time. My mission is a simple one. It is to recover growth and reduce unemployment. And it's on those results, and only those results, that I seek to be judged. We must be able to do better and spend less, to modernise the state by decentralising, by simplifying procedures, by saving as much as possible. There are always some that can be done and found. Everyone can do it, be they a public official working for an organisation, local government or a ministry.
All right. Now, as I said, you and I have talked about it. You know, a few weeks ago, you were quite critical of Hollande, quite sceptical. You changed your tune a bit on the back of this. He talks about, you know, with a time bomb in mind, he talks about judging us over 5 years. How long is the fuse of this time bomb?
Listen, as long as France can fund itself at that historically cheap rates on the market, there won't be a problem. As long as Germany doesn't really, you know, make its point more forcefully, and there's no reason it would. There's no urgency in that respect. On the other hand, they know they have to do something because markets are fickle, markets can change their mind pretty much overnight, and so they know that. They're taking advantage of the situation. There's something rather encouraging to be said about Hollande, is that he doesn't lead by following the polls. He's at the high of unpopularity, and he adds another layer of unpopular measures on austerity, which is already pretty strict. The reforms are competitiveness, labor costs, shrinking the state size in the economy. 57% of GDP are public spending. That's way too high. And third, labor market reform. He doesn't like the word flexibility. He talks about making it more, subtle or whatever. But they're doing that. They're engaging all those big things to do, which aren't easy and which will not happen overnight.
Okay, your Prime Minister, France's Prime Minister, has said, I can tell you France is not at all impressed. Are you impressed?
By that story?
Yeah.
Well, we've written about it. We've written the same thing for over the last 2 years or so, and especially since Hollande was elected. I think when they say they're not impressed, it's probably because they have to play
they're not impressed with the way The Economist is trying to sell its magazine.
They're not impressed by the fact that The Economist today chooses to publish that big story.
Right.
But as for the real reasons for the French funk, they know about it, and I think they're trying to address it. The question is, again, how quickly they go and what obstacles they meet on the way.
Very good, Pierre. Many thanks for that. Pierre Briançon from Breakingviews. For more Agenda Setting Insight, watch our US show every day, 12:30 Eastern, 17:30 GMT. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.